Hi, Michelle here from Bloomella, and thank you so much for joining me here on YouTube for another Bloom in 5. And today we are painting citrus, which is a super fun subject, super summery, and lemon and lime just remind me of lovely cocktails in the summer. So you can see we're getting started here with a lovely lemon, doing a nice lemony wash, and this colour is actually called Lemon by Winsor & Newton. And we've also got a whole lime with a leaf. We've got another big boy lemon, I call it. We've got a few little cut a lemon and lime, and yep, we've got I already mentioned our lime with a lovely little leaf, which we add quite a lot of detail to and use some fun techniques on. And you can see we've started with our first lemon and left a lovely, gorgeous highlight in the middle, which really helps to create that rounded effect. And I have a lot more on my Patreon. So on Patreon, I go into detail. I have the real-time talk through video. You can watch me sketching out all of the individual elements that we're doing here today, the lemon and limes, or whatever it is that I'm painting. And also you have all of the colours included, the palette, the brushes, the tools, and you can paint along in real time. So that's all over on my Patreon. And there's also lots of free stuff over there if you'd like to just join and be part of the community and things like that. So you can see on here, back to YouTube, I'm painting some little swatches. I actually did some cutouts on my Instagram and TikTok, and I used some of the spare paper, not to be wasteful, for swatches. So I've got a little cut pile, and that's super ideal for matching colours and just to check how your colours are going to come out on your paper. So I was doing a talk through of how I use these little swatches, and sometimes it's great to use the actual paper that you're using or similar watercolour paper. But if you don't have it and you don't want to waste your watercolour paper, because I appreciate it's super expensive, then you can just use any old paper, even printer paper, just to swatch your colours. But like I said, if you do cut anything out or you're doing something for like a frame, so you've got a little strip of paper, then hang on to that because it's super good for swatching. And you can see we've painted some of our base layers here for our lemon. We've left that gorgeous highlight, the same on the lime. We've got a little bit of the leaf going. We're using some really sweet mixes. We've got some lovely limeys, lemony colours, some lovely like popping greens as well, just to add in for depth later on. And we've got this really lovely lime going on. We've got a little half cut lime, and we're adding in some details, and you can see we've left some key highlights for those segments. And we're also doing a half cut lemon, and then we've got our big boy, and you can see I'm just gesticulating quite a lot. And I've got some more paper because I was going through the paper really quickly in this session. I'm not sure why. I was having a lot of water damps and my paper was getting super saturated, so I had a lot of spare kitchen roll luckily close by. And also I've got my nice pink nails on. For some reason I thought, oh, I'm going to do my pink nails. My mum got me a nice gel set for Christmas, so I was like, I'm going to give this a go and do some nice nails. So yes, also got my pink nails on in this video. And you can see we're mixing some nice greens now for our big boy lemon. This one was like absolutely huge on the right hand side. I'm not sure why I did this so big, but I'm loving it. And you can see we're just painting in using a really nice green mix. Like I said, on Patreon, I go into a lot more of the actual specific mixes that I'm using. And I also do a palette download, so you can download the colours and compare these to ones that you have at home. You don't have to have the exact same colours. And I give recommendations on how to use colours that you already have and how to mix them as well if you have similar colours to what I have. So you can see here now we're moving on to our lemon, our half lemon slice. And again, we're using the same technique as we did the lime to create these lovely segments using varying colours, hues to create this lovely segment section, and creating these light and dark sections as well to really help create a realistic segment feel. I also did a blood orange video a little while back, and that was super fun as well. Lovely reds and oranges, real fiery colours. So that was super fun. If you haven't seen that one's also great to check out. And also I'm using my new fairy microphone. So I'm not sure if you've seen on social media, but if you're watching this and you can hear the sound a lot better, then that's thanks to my fairy microphone that I'm using that I bought off Amazon the other day. I have been through headsets. I have been through various different microphones and they have not worked out for me, but I'm hoping this fairy microphone, you can hear me nice and clearly. I'm also going to change some of my enhancement settings on Premiere Pro. So I'm hoping the sound is super crisp for you to hear me, because I know some of my videos I'm still learning on how to get that super good sound for you guys. So fingers crossed, let me know in the comments if you can hear me nice and clearly. Thank you so much. So you can see now we're moving on to our lime, and we're adding that super depth around the outside to get that form to really help with that rounded effect of the lime. which is what you want when you're creating fruit. You want it to appear nice and round and not flat. And then the same with our leaf. We're creating this really lovely effect on this lime leaf, and we're just adding in those colours and also adding in those lovely little yellow segments that come up on the side of the leaf because it's got a lovely two-tone effect. And you can see we're just lifting some of that colour at the side and helping to create that lovely blended effect, which was super fun to do. And we left that negative vein space down the middle as well. And we're now moving on to our lovely half a lime there, and we're adding in a lot more depth colour to create that rounded effect. So this is all our second layer of colours that we're doing, because it's important with watercolour to really build up those layers to allow the first layer to dry. I remember recording this and my tummy kept rumbling because it was like middle of the day. So I was like, I'm going to leave the first layer to completely dry. I'm going to go and grab some dinner and then I'm going to come back so everyone on Patreon doesn't have to listen to my tummy rumbling for the entirety of the video. So I got that done and then came back, and also I could focus a lot more because I don't know about you, but if I haven't eaten, then I find my focus can wander quite a bit. So I was like, I'm going to get that done and fill myself up with some nice food and then come back and focus. So you can see our lovely big boy lemon, and it's important not to get intimidated by larger watercolours. You can see this one's taking up quite a lot of the paper. It's quite a big lemon, but we can still make it look really detailed and not hyper realistic, but a nice loose study that's got a little bit of detail to it. And we can add in some lovely colours and not to be intimidated if something's slightly larger, because you've obviously got a lot more paint to fill and a little bit more texture or detail to add, opposed to something that's quite small. And this is why I like doing lots of studies on one page, because you can really do a lot of variation with one subject. Even though this is all like citrus, lemon and lime, you can see that we've done different studies of it, so we can get a good impression of doing various different things and learning new techniques. And I can show you a lot about the colours and the shading and the highlight and the forms. So that, and I really love how this big lemon is coming together. And we also had a folded leaf as well on the left-hand side of the big boy lemon. And you can see that lemon leaf was just tucked under. So this gave us a good advantage of working in some nice shaded darker areas and just how the light would hit the different sections of the lemon leaves. And we're also doing some negative spacing again with the middle of the vein and adding in some of those darker colours that really help add this lovely form to the leaves and help it appear a lot more 3D and not flat. If this is something you struggle with doing like loose watercolour flowers or leaves and they often appear quite flat, then try and use a couple of shades. Even adding in like a really dark turquoise could really help add like a nice bit of like colour and a contrast to some of your leaves and botanicals and foliage, so it can help really bring that to life. And also adding a nice bit of contrast, like the darker greens mixed with the lighter greens, again, can really help them pop off the page. So you can see here we're going back to our cut lemon and we're adding in some of those nice darker colours and also a touch of like grey as well, like using a really nice like Payne's grey can really add a lovely additional colour to the palette and help add some more of those tones to it to help with that 3D effect that we're going for. As I say, we don't want our watercolours to appear like boring and flat on the page. We want them to appear more realistic and fun and vibrant and bright. So I really love how this is all coming together, and we had to be very careful with our initial lemon that I'm going back to here because of the leaf being right on the edge opposed to our big boy lemon where the leaves are separate. That's much more of an advantage, and if you're more of a beginner painter, then going with something like this is going to help you a lot because you're not going to worry so much about the bleeding. Especially when you first start out, you can be a little bit impatient because you want to just do the painting, and that can not help when the layers are going to bleed into each other. If you're painting it all in one go, you're going to get the wet on wet, you're going to get the bleeding. So you really have to be patient with allowing those layers to dry. So you can see we painted our initial first layer, we left that gorgeous highlight, and then we left that to dry, and then you can come back again. You can add some more detail to that lemon, but you must wait if you don't want the leaf to bleed into the actual lemon. So that's why doing a lemon with separate leaves that are off a stalk, you can then work on it all as a whole and then come back to some of the drier areas. So like I said, that was even though that was the painting we started first, it was actually one of the last ones to finish because of the layout of the lemon itself with the leaf so close. And then you can see we're working on this pretty lime again. And I absolutely love how this leaf turned out with this sort of stripy effect and these pretty like lemon edges that were coming through. And it really gave like a rounded effect to it. And you can see we're just checking out the swatch card again, just checking that the colours are very similar to our reference image. And again, on Patreon, I do include all of the reference images. So if you are a member or you're thinking about becoming a member, so you want to paint along with this, then you could use all of the same reference images I'm using here, which are free commercial images, and I include all the links so you can follow along with the tutorial and also do your own take on the painting as well. And you can see we're just mixing some more lovely greens here and just finishing off our lovely lime, which has some super texture and some super interesting highlights on the segments. And we're just building that depth now. And you can see I'm just talking this through in the real-time video, but you can still see from this tutorial about how I'm creating this lovely effect. And I've also written in pencil lemon and then lime on the other one, or I should say lime and lemon in the order. Just to help me remember, because often I can get super confused and I don't want to add the wrong colours. Obviously, once I've started, I can see one's a lemon and one's a lime, but just from the initial starting of the painting, I wanted to remember which was which, because sometimes when I'm painting like 5 beetles, for example, and they all look quite similar, it can get a little bit confusing with which beetle is which from the reference images. So you can, in case you can see that, that's why that's on there. And then we're going to our big lemon again. And we've got that lovely shading, and we're just creating that like curved leaf now, which is starting to look a bit more 3D. And we've got that nice effect, and also adding, like I mentioned earlier, a little of that Payne's grey sort of ochre mix to our half lemon. And it's really adding some lovely depth there. And then we're going back to our first lemon. And like I mentioned, this is the one that looks the least finished because we just had to be careful with that leaf being so close to the lemon yellow. And now we're just adding the lovely little bumpy leaf, adding in some of that darker colour, and again leaving that vein exposed so you've got that lighter area underneath, because in watercolour we paint light to dark, ideally. And now we're adding some lovely green along it, and that's really coming together now and popping off the page. So yes, I was super happy with our citrus study as a whole. It was super fun. And you can see we're now finishing off our lovely first lemon and adding a lot more of those sort of greyer shades to the side, and that's really helping to bring it all together. And you can also add a lovely stippling texture, which I show in a second, if you want to go a step further and add some extra additional texture. You can see I'm doing some stippling on the lime, and you can also apply this to lemons and the peel, and it's a super nice technique just to go one step further. So thank you so much for joining me here on YouTube, and I hope you join me on Patreon. The link is in my bio. And if not, I will see you in my next tutorial on YouTube. Thank you so much and have a lovely day.